We want our students to learn, grow, soar. The key thing is to help them soar, and that soar part comes from doing things that are above and beyond. And so here in DeKalb County, they provide us with the basics so that we can provide a solid education. Foundation comes in and helps us to soar.
The foundation is the fundraising arm of the school. The PTA is the one that parents see a lot of. They're the ones that make all the events happen and the open house happen. But the foundation works a little more behind the scenes, both to raise money and then spend the money that we are able to raise from parents, our community investors, and businesses in the area.
The foundation board has representatives from a number of different groups. We have administrators, we have teacher representatives, we have parent representatives. We also have representatives from our other parent leadership teams, the PAC, the PTA.
The foundation and the administration, we meet once a month and we talk about everything, what's working, what's not working, what do we need, what do we not need, and we come together collectively to decide what do we need to focus on this school year.
The donors' contributions for the Fernbank Foundation go towards a number of different things. They go towards capital improvements at our school. They go towards making sure we have the tools and all of the necessary supplies for our classroom teachers and across the school building to make sure that each and every child is getting what they need to have their best learning environment.
The foundation has been able to purchase things like class tag and directory spot for parents to stay connected with one another and for the school to communicate with us. So it's small things like that, but we've also implemented large projects, a sport court outside and basketball goals for the kids. So sometimes they're big kind of concrete things that we can see in outdoor classroom in the amphitheater, and sometimes they're small things like agendas that go to every student in the 2nd through 5th grade.
What a lot of people don't realize is that teachers spend so much of their own money. Their own money buying basic supplies that you wouldn't even think about. Things like Clorox wipes, things like paper towels, duct tape, masking tape. That was a really big deal. So much of their own money. The foundation is able to come in and help take that load off of teachers, which impacts everyone.
For educational support, we as a whole school use our agendas daily. It's amazing here because every student has their hand on an agenda. They're able to organize, plan projects, and they are able to get their agenda out and map out exactly when things are due. And it's just a great organization system that the whole school has taken on thanks to the foundation.
iExcel is a software that is new to Fernbank this year, provided by the foundation. It is a learning website, provides skills for math, reading, and language. We can sync their MAP scores and their specific MAP data to iExcel, and iExcel will automatically generate an individualized study plan for each child. I have a lot of kids that get so excited to play all of the learning games that iExcel offers. It's become like a reward in our classroom to get to play the iExcel games because they just love them so much.
The art room tools, essentially, those are consumables, right? And so we run out of them very quickly. When we have hundreds of students all using the same box of 25 markers, those markers suddenly within just even a week are gone. We have watercolors, we have oil pastels. The foundation has provided essentially the funds to diversify all of that. So each time we change projects, another set of students, their eyes will light up because we're switching. And I think that's what I'm so grateful for as an art teacher is being able to do that. We don't have to just draw every single day. We can do so many different types of art.
MTSS is multi-tiered systems of support. And so just to break that down, everybody in the school is Tier 1. Tier 1 is your general basic instruction. Tier 2 is when we say, there's a gap there. So we're gonna pull you, we're gonna work on that addition or that subtraction or phonemic awareness or whatever your gap is, 20, 30 minutes, a couple times a week to help fill that gap.
The MTSS teacher is very necessary in the classroom. They are there to help with math. We do have mixed ability math classes, so having an extra set of hands there is always helpful.
Last year in 2nd grade, there was a student in my class that was referred, and this year they showed 99th% growth and actually qualified for gifted. That was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in such a short amount of time.
One way that the foundation helps students is by sponsoring several kids to go on the annual 5th grade Rock Eagle trip. It's definitely the highlight of the year. So for a student to not be able to go because they can't afford it is something that, we just don't want to see happen. And thanks to the foundation, they're able to support those children and they can go on the trip every year.
They find the money to fund to make sure every single student has access to every single thing. That makes the difference because it doesn't matter where you come from. Once you're here in this building, you are family. And once we are family, we work together to make sure every single student has the same access to everything they need.
I think the biggest misconception is that the foundation, as well as PTA, or just getting involved in general as a parent at Fernbank, is not needed because it's covered. There are already people signed up. There are already people doing things. Every parent's participation is very, very important.
The foundation can always use parents' resources and expertise. There are a lot of talented parents from a wide variety of backgrounds in the school. We are open to creative collaboration and parents coming in with ideas. If there are things that parents in the community think might be a good project for the foundation to work on, and you've got some skills in that area, please bring some ideas and your time and talents to us.
I think that it's really important for parents to consider donating to foundation because every single dollar that is given, it goes directly back to the school. There's not $1 that's given to foundation that isn't used explicitly for the school.
Whether or not you realize it, your child is benefiting from the foundation, and I would just hope that if you're not quite sure how, please come talk to us and ask us questions, and hopefully then you will be willing to give, because I think once you get behind the scenes and see all of the areas that the foundation touches every student in this school, that would encourage you to give.